A hotel manager has today been sentenced to 13 years in prison. Now, this is the one I'm going to be talking about today, people, because when I've been researching stories to put up for today's video, this one popped up a few times. And when I looked into the case, I thought it definitely needs sharing on here because it was quite harrowing. Some of the details I'm going to talk about here, but he's been sentenced to 13 years in prison for a grape and S offences. Now, Ahmed Fahmy, who was 45, from Hampstead in northwest London, has been found guilty, or was found guilty of 1 count of grape and 4 counts of S assault. This dated to January 2024. Now, it's saying that these offences have been taking place between 2008 and 2024, which I find quite distressing, to be honest, because in 2022, he was also charged with creeping into the rooms in these hotels when these vulnerable women had been coming back, sometimes intoxicated, from a night out. He obviously had a spare key and he was letting himself into the room. But what he was doing whilst he was letting himself into these rooms, one woman who had went into bed and went to sleep, undressed herself, got into bed and woke up to Ahmed licking her feet. And this was in 2022. He's obviously been arrested for this and obviously charged at a later date. And this is one of the things that he's been sentenced for. So if this was in 2022, he was a hotel manager across 4 different hotels over London. I will put the link in so you can go and have a look to exactly which hotels they were. And because it does say that there will probably be many more victims. And this young lady, who in January 2024 was out with a bunch of friends and she became separated from the party. And she went back to the hotel room all distressed. Then she was out wandering, I believe, and she was taken back to the hotel by the police. And the police she did turn around and say that she didn't want to go in. They asked why, and they said that because this hotel worker, who was Ahmed Fahmy, had raped her. Obviously, this is when he was arrested and charged. But if he was charged in 2022, or arrested rather, for doing these offences in hotels, I mean, waking up to him licking your feet, what an absolute little cretin he is. So this woman who's reported him obviously straight away to the police, he's been arrested. So why, 2 years later, was he able to do this whilst working at a hotel? Now, I have looked into this case, obviously tried to look into it a bit more, but these are the facts, or this is what I've read up on so far, and that's what it's saying, that this was in 2024, where it definitely was 2024. But what I'm saying is 2022. Who's going to employ that cretin who's been, even if he hadn't been at trial by this point, if there was allegations that he was licking the hotel residents' feet during the night by creeping into the room, even if there was an ongoing investigation, he should be nowhere near any hotels where he can just go into anyone's room like he has been doing. And it does say since 2008, so I wonder how many more women he's been doing this to who haven't come forward, or the ones who have been intoxicated and they can't remember anything. This woman woke up to that creature licking her toes. What about the women that probably didn't wake up because they were that intoxicated? Because this predator probably has been keeping an eye out for these type of women coming back, especially alone when they've been separated from the parties, and falling asleep intoxicated And that cretin doing whatever by letting himself into the hotel rooms. It doesn't bear thinking about how many more there probably will be. Well, he will be on his way to the Bacon Wings. He will be on his way to Wandsworth to serve, well, not to serve it because Wandsworth is like a local prison, but he will be spending the night or the next few weeks in Wandsworth prison before he's then transferred on to the Bacon prisons. But believe you me, you'll have plenty of people he can lick and tickle the feet inside the prisons, especially on the Bacon Wings. There'll be any amount when they read up on him, queuing up, lying there waiting for him to lick their feet. He'll be with the rest of the cretins inside a prison where he deserves to be, the horrible piece of shit. But I thought I would just bring you that one, people, because it is a very, should we say, unique case, and there might be more women watching this who that freako has done stuff to. So I'll leave that one there for now, people, but as usual, if you are enjoying the content, remember to comment, like and subscribe. Take care, everyone.